So yesterday, I went to this thing called a trail ride. Now, I don't know if this is a southern thing or a new thing or what, but essentially it's almost like a really huge cookout. And I mean they had like AGVs, ATVs, I mean, side by sides. I mean, a lot of RVs and people set up, a lot of food vendors and things of that nature. And I would have to admit, it was nice. It was nice. I mean, what I saw yesterday, it really warmed my heart to just see so many black people in one space actually having a good time. Actually having a good time. I mean, there was laughter, there was small kids out there were like elders out there, and a lot of black couples laughing and dancing and just having a good time. And it really warmed my heart because even I had got to a point to where I was saying, black people can't get together and have a good time and yada yada yada. And lo and behold, this thing, it was a beautiful sight to see. It really was, man. I mean, part of the reason I think that it went off without a hitch was because it was, generally speaking, like an older crowd. It was like a 30 and up crowd. You know what I mean? I mean, mad RVs out. I didn't even know black people rock with RVs like that. That surprised me to see so many people just doing their thing. Had the tent set up and they had the stage. Somebody performed later that night. I don't know who the guy was or whatever. But when I tell you what I saw yesterday, it really just shows how the narratives online that you see, eh, they shaky. They are very shaky. And I mean, maybe this was just a one-off, but when you have a group of people, and like I said, generally speaking, it was 30 and up, that crowd has something to lose. You know what I mean? And ultimately, what I saw yesterday, I'm conflicted because I don't know if it gave me hope, so to speak, about black people, or it just reminded me of what it used to be. This thing I went to yesterday, it felt like parties in the 90s. That's what it felt like. I mean, just seeing the vibe was so chill. At no point, they wasn't checking bags, anything. It was just an honor system type deal. And it was mad alcohol out there. And normally, when you mix alcohol, at some point in time, it's gonna go left. The vibe was so chill. At no point in time did I feel like a shift in the overall temperament when I was out there. It was none of that. It was just, it really, man. I mean, it touched me. It touched me, man. And I was telling some of the dudes that was like, I mean, I'm sitting here like the atmosphere was so positive. I'm out there and I'm having other black men come up to me and, conversing with me about my locks and things of that nature. And, that's another myth that was combated yesterday, that black men can't compliment one another. I mean, dude would pull up on me, hey, yo, your locks is yada yada. And I would respond back it was the dopest thing that I'd experienced in a long time in this type of context. I mean, There was no shift in the crowd. At no point in time did a ruckus break out, or at no point in time did you see like the tide kind of turning the later it got. It was none of that. It was just black people rocking with black people. And yo, it did my heart. It did my heart some service yesterday because I had never heard of this trail ride type thing. I had never heard of it, and so but when we get out there, it's basically just in a huge open field, and they're basically riding the ATVs and around the joint, and I'm telling you, it was really one of the most chill scenes that I've seen in a long time. You know, the internet will continue to tell you that black men don't rock with black women. Black women don't rock with black men. That's not what I saw yesterday. I never believed that anyway, but it was confirmation yesterday because I'm seeing black dudes out here chasing, hunting, doing their thing. I'm seeing black women doing the exact same thing. I'm seeing couples laughing and dancing and loving on one another. And it was a powerful moment. It was a powerful moment. I have to admit, because what I saw yesterday, it combats so many of the narratives that I hear online every day. And this is one of the reasons why I started this channel, is because I want to put this image, what I saw yesterday, I want to spread more of that than the divisiveness that's permeating across the internet right now. Yesterday, it conflicted with everything that I hear online in regards to black people. Everything. I'm seeing couples out there. I'm seeing fathers walking with their little daughters or walking with their little sons. And because that's the type of atmosphere it was, yo. You could have your children out there. I saw a lot of elders out there holding hands. I'm telling you, it did my heart justice yesterday. It really did, man. And I'm staying here and I'm just walking around and I'm just seeing black people just having a good time. And I don't even think it registered to me at the time just how positive this was for me personally. Because your boy, I never just lost faith. But I understand what a culture is today. You know what I mean? Yeah, we messing up. But yesterday was a affirmation that, it's still out here. It's still out here. And I tell you time and time again, I know it was a lot of 80s babies out there. We remember how it used to be. You know what I mean? We remember how it used to be. And that's what that joint was yesterday. It was like a throwback. It was like a time machine where I went back and, yo, this is how we used to rock. This is how we used to fellowship. This is how we used to laugh and joke and compliment one another and feed off of positivity and good energy. This is what it used to be. And I'm sitting here like, yo, and it was wild to me because I'm like, yo, ain't nobody checking for bags out here. It could be 1,000 guns out here. And it may have been. But it never even remotely entered that vein. It was just positivity and laughter and people kissing and hugging. And it was a beautiful thing, man. I had a couple of like older women come up to me and they would almost like interviewing me and talking to me and things of that nature. And it was just laughter. And I'm sitting here like, so we can do this. Because again, I was one of the ones to where I'm like, nah, black people can't get together and have a good time anymore. Those days are over. But the dynamic of the crowd mattered. And like I stated, it was a older crowd, you know what I mean? And it was almost like everyone out there was just hungry for just a good time. Just a good time. And it was dope. It really was, man. I'm sitting here like, I'm telling you, there is a large segment of our community that's hungry for more of what I saw yesterday. But we're drowned out with all of the negativity and criticism and false narratives and division that we see online every day. And I get it. I'm not saying that that stuff doesn't exist, but you have to keep it in context. You know, I'm going to always combat the narrative that black men and black women no longer like one another. Nah, I'm going to always combat that because every day I see the opposite of that narrative. But yesterday, it was dope, man. And I gotta admit, like I said, I had never heard of this trail ride. I had never heard of it. Didn't know what it was. But I'm glad that I went. I'm glad that we went and we got to experience something that I personally hadn't experienced in like a long time. Just seeing black people have a good time. That's a wild notion to think about. That's a wild notion, but it's possible. Now, side note, I went to the bathroom. I did hear some shooting, like off in the distance. It was like a block away, but they ain't have anything to do with us. There's no telling who that was. You know what I'm saying? But the joint was just love, man. I mean, it really was. I wish that I saw more of that representing us online. I'm not saying don't talk, don't criticize, don't critique. You know what I mean? Go after the low hanging fruit because that's fair game. But there still needs to be a balance. And what I saw yesterday was a balance. That was a balance, yo. I Had I known what it was, I would have invited more people to attend. Because but I didn't know what I was walking into. But I'm glad that I did because yo, we had a really good time. It was just so chill. And at no point in time did I feel like I had to be on guard. I'm always on guard. I'm always paranoid. I'm always like looking around and observing but at no point in time did I feel the need to like go there. I mean, I saw like this older couple, man. They walked in front of me, man. They was holding hands and Buddy had his button up and tucked in with the pants jacked all the way up to his chest plate and but I mean it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen, man. To see that. And I'm saying here like, yo, this is possible. We still can do this. We still can do this. I'm telling you, it felt like I was back in like 95 or something like that. You know what I mean? It was something to behold, man. And I just wish more of that was promoted online so that everyone else can see that yes, we can get together and have a good time. But if I had got to a point to where I had stopped believing that, I can't blame any other race or culture for believing the exact same thing because I had got to that point. But I mean, I had a little bit of hope, but seeing it for myself and engaging in it, I'm like, hey, yo, okay, we can still do this. And it's a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but it's something. And it was a powerful moment to just reinforce all the negative stereotypes and all the negative narratives that you hear online. Because again, I'm seeing love, laughter, positive energy. People just have in today's economy, I'm seeing black people having a good time. With everything going on in the world, yesterday it was like all that was put on pause. You know what I mean? It was just, man, let's just get out here, blow off some steam. Let's just chill and love on one another. And I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I really just, if nothing else, I really want to just, put this video out here. Because again, that's why, one of the reasons why I started doing this, because I have to provide a balance to get people to understand that, look, we're still out here doing the work. And yesterday was a representation of everything that I see online that's just so negative. Yesterday, it really it kind of like inspired me, you know what I'm saying, again, to just be like, okay, you're not just talking out your neck. We are actually out here loving on one another and doing this, and so again, man, yo, if you ever, because I'm in Georgia right now, so again, I don't know if this is a new thing or it's something that's annual. I don't know, but it was called a trail ride, and it had like a Western cowboy thing. Now, your boy not out here doing that, but it didn't matter. It was cool. It was cool, man. It was real chill. So again, man, I wanted to drop this video because again, that's why I'm doing this. I got to provide balance to the equation. And yesterday was a good day. You know what I'm saying? So until the next one.